Hello! Today we are going to have a different kind of class. This is called wall class. So we use a wall or just like a pillar like this can do to help our bodies to get into deeper stretches. So this class is all designed for your body to find spots that are very hard for you to really dig in and find a deep stretch in that specific area. Always remember that what should guide your practice is how you feel in your body today. Sometimes we hold memories of those poses being something so easy for us, and this habit of diving deep into the pose without understanding how we're feeling on that day is normally something that leads to injuries. So I'm one to have done this in the past, so I always remind people to today is today, now is now, and let's look at our bodies from our starting point of where we are today. Okay, let's stand up and find a point. You have to make sure that you have a pillar or a wall that you can lean against. So we're going to lean against the wall, and I'm going to scoop my pelvis forward so I have all my lower back imprinted on the wall. I'm starting to move my feet a little bit away from the wall so I can really roll the hips forward and squeeze the belly in and push the upper back, middle back, and lower back into the pillar. Tuck the chin slightly in and also push the back of the head into the pillar. It's nicer to do if you have a ponytail, just make the pony really high on the top of your head so you have the back of your head really free. How do you know if your pose is correct? Try to slide your hand, and your hand should not be able to pass. And the only place it passes, obviously, is just behind the curve of your neck. From here, with this engagement, keeping that belly super tight, start relaxing the arms beside your body. And now take a nice focused deep breath and push the back of the head as if someone is trying to push you into the wall from your forehead. Let that intensity go, and now push. Middle, upper back. Okay, let the intensity go, but keep that intention of having everything imprinted, and micro bend your knees. Taking a baby step forward. From here, with a super push for low back, roll the pelvis forward. All the spine is imprinted on the floor. So you can imagine that if you are lying down on the floor, your knees would be bent. A slight tuck of the pelvis, and you would have the spine totally imprinted. From here, allow the arms to come up and bring the palms of the hands facing forward. Nice. Now let's slide ourselves a little bit further down, and there's a huge bend on my knees now. You can have your knees really squeezing or slightly apart, find comfort. Stay with that intention of pushing that back into the wall and bring the weight to your heels. Get your toes off the floor. Let me see. Floating toes. Nice. There's a lot of core work going on, so keep focused on your breath. Allow the toes to drop down. If you're on a wall, this is much easier. Let's slide the right hand down, keeping that intention all the way, because your head would be against the wall the same, and stay. So right hand is doing nothing. I call elephant trunk hand. Upper body pushes against the wall, slightly tuck of the chin inwards. Nice. If you're against the wall, keep that head all the way against the wall. One more deep breath. Find a stretch as you open your left rib cage here. Come back to center, deep inhale. Exhale, swap. Really lengthening elephant trunk arm on the left, no resistance, and feel the wide, nice stretch on the left, on the right side of your body, opening those rib cage. Come back to center. Now, right now, your legs might be alive. Bring the palms of the hands together. Bring them all the way up. Drop them in the center of your heart. Now imagine we're going to roll inside ourselves. We're going to peel the head off the wall by gently tucking it in. Rolling, arms are relaxed, keep pushing the lower back into the wall. Nice, with your knees still bent, slide your bum up, lock your knees and relax the head here. Hanging totally loose. For some of you, your hands will have to be on your shins. For some of you, even on your thighs. And if you have a nice and long hamstring, you're going to be capable of putting your hands on the floor. If it's comfortable, have two blocks that you could place your hands right here, resting on the blocks. Otherwise, Let your head hang here loose. A lot of flow of blood comes to the brain. A little bit of a stretch on cervical spine. And you're totally loose and relaxed in this pose. A deeper breath to go. Bring your hands into the front part, your shins, and lengthen. This would be something like a halfway lift. Tuck the chin into the chest and avoid doing all this looking up thing. So keep the chin tucked in so it's one straight line on your spine, belly super tucked in. Don't let that belly hang here. We're coming out exactly as we came in. If this pose is too intense for you, put a micro bend in your knee so you don't have so much strain on your hamstrings. And with control, round your spine backwards, pushing one vertebra at a time into the wall again. Your knees are still bent. We come back to where we were. Nice. Now we're going to sit a little bit deeper, almost like a 90-degree angle on your knees. Again, take stock of your pose, push everything back into the wall, tuck the chin in, back of the head, and really focus on giving the weight to your left leg. Let's lift the right knee off the floor. Stay strong. Show me the sole of your foot. Bend it in, bring it back. Deep inhale, and push it up, extend, bring it in, bring it down. Awesome. And we're going to lengthen the arms one more time and lengthen the legs. And with control, forward fold again. You can feel your bum bones against the wall. Halfway through, give it a pause, take a nice focused deep breath, and with control, bring your hands down. Again, you could have it on a block, on your shins, or all the way down towards the floor. Relax the head. For some of you, this is an invitation to bring the chest very close to your thighs. For some of you, this is too soon. So you might even use your hands on your shins as a stopper, keeping you in a pose that you feel comfortable. If this is all right, you can come all the way down and hang loose from here. Again, super flow of blood to the brain. Deepen the breath. And always remember to come out of these poses that we have a lot of flow to the head slowly so you don't feel dizzy. How do we do that? Hands come back to shins. Stop into a halfway lift. We're allowing the flow of blood to again find a sense of balance. Round your spine backwards. Slide your hands on the front part of your thigh. I'm already imprinting my low back against the wall, all the way up. Deep inhale here. Exhale, relax. Awesome. And walk your heels back so you are literally standing with your back against the wall. Really nice. We're going this time now to turn ourselves to the right. So the intention is that your arm is stretched on the same height of your shoulder. Pay attention that it's not too far up or not too far down. We are right here. So if you're doing this on the wall, it's nice because you have a position for everything to be held. I'm just going to mimic as if I was on the wall, and this would be the place that my hand will stop. So palm of the hand will face the wall. Now with control, start walking your feet to the center of the room as if your feet are going to be forward. Roll the left shoulder and try to look over your left shoulder. These are deep stretches, so you really need to focus on your breath here. Opening the chest. A lot of times when we are really pushing the neck forward, as most of us are, with so much typing and being on our phones, we are stressing. We think that we only need to stretch the back of the neck, but actually your pecs, the muscles of your chest, really get super tight. So we need to have them stretched back again so you can push your head back where it needs to be. One more breath. For some of you, slide the hand at the back and really look over that shoulder and try to walk these feet a little bit more to the center, deepening the stretch. It's not deeper is best, it's what's good for you is best. Look forward, undo the hand, and slowly move those feet. Allow the hand to slide down against the wall. Awesome. We are swapping sides, same thing. Bringing ourselves on our sides. Palm of the hand will find the wall. Make sure you are on the same height of the shoulder. And start walking those feet to the center. Just for me here, I can already feel a super activation, and I can see that my hand is a little bit low. Shoulder will roll out, so I can feel a deep stretch happening here. Even on the armpits on the other side, I can feel this activation. Try to keep your gaze to horizon level, so the tendency is that not your head drops. Look over your right shoulder. For some of you, slide your hand. It deepens the twist. Deepen the breath. Roll the shoulders. Nice. Huge stretch here. It should feel good. If you are in pain, there's something there that's off. Remember that pain, a slight discomfort, that's all right. The pain is a sign that you took it far too long, far too far. One more breath. And with control, undo the arm, roll the feet, and slide the hand down the wall. Nice. So in wall classes, we're really trying to focus on these big parts of the body. We are coming now down to the mat to focus on thighs. I'm going to do it on my side first so you see what we're doing. So what we're going to look like is having this leg really against, so this part of my leg will be against the wall. If you have sensitive knees, make sure that you're double folding the mat. So we get into this pose right here. There you go. So how are we going to do this? We are first starting in all fours, just in front of the wall. And you're going to slide your knee. I'm just adjusting here to make sure that my kneecap is safe. I'm just, from all fours, I'm gonna bring my my left knee to the skirting of the wall. So the left leg is really, you can see the tip of my toe from the back. Nice. And right foot takes a big step forward. For some of us, this is already a super deep pose, and you might need your blocks just here. For some of us, we can have the hands coming up towards our thighs and sink forward. That's a huge stretch on your hip flexors. We are gonna hold this pose for a couple of breaths here. Coming as far down as you can. The common mistakes of the pose is to slouch on the pose. So open the chest, make sure that this knee is not caving, pull it to the side, like in parallel lines as if you're coming down. Nice. Deep stretch on your hip flexors here. Awesome. If you're comfortable, stay here for a couple of more breaths. If there's still energy in you, bring the left hand down and then slightly slide the right foot to the other side and come down. Maybe one forearm or maybe both. And just enjoy a deep stretch that happens right now. You can still see my foot on the wall. Awesome. A deeper breath to go. Your neck could be totally relaxed on this pose. And then your hands, one at a time, will come up again. Nice. Push all the way back, trying to bring your bum now towards your heel. And bring that right knee more to the center. Awesome. With support, we're going to slide that right foot all the way to the left. And we're gonna get into a pigeon against the wall. The back leg stays exactly as it is. If your hip is high, push a block or maybe a cushion just under, so you're not really floating, but your hip has a place to really be relaxed. Nice. For some of us, we can have the right hand on the leg and slightly come up. For some of us, this is too intense and you stay right here. You might as well come all the way down, bringing your forehead down onto your hands and stay. Allowing the stretch to happen on the outside of your right leg. 2 deep breaths to go. 1 deep breath to go. With control, we're starting to bring ourselves up. Awesome. To come out of the pose, shift the weight all the way to the right. You're rolling the weight to the right, and the leg comes all the way down. And then you scoop that leg forward and cross over one leg just on top of the other. Some of us might need a block right here. If you notice that this gap is too big, just place a block or maybe some cushions or even a folded blanket. On a flat back, inhale and lengthen your spine. Exhale, place your hands down on the floor. Imagine I'm pulling you forward towards me from the center of your spine. So don't round your spine yet. Keep walking as far forward as you can on a flat back. So we call it crossing edges. I found my first one, so I'll stay and I'll focus on my breath. It's much easier for you to sync with the part of the body that's receiving the stretch if your eyes are closed. I deepen my breath and I can feel where my body is being called forth. And then I walk my fingertips forward again. Maybe this is your second edge and you stay here for a while. If you're feeling totally comfortable, bring your elbows down, relax the forehead down, or even have a block so you can place your head right here and relax. As I said, these are deep stretches, so let's stay here for your next 4 deep, slow breaths. Make sure you're counting your breaths and you're not getting distracted here. 2 to go. And 1 to go. On this last focused deep breath, we are gently walking our hands all the way back. Nice. And undo your legs. This time we're pushing our bum really back towards the wall. So now I have a flat back against the wall. Nice. Lean as far back as you can so you can just feel the wall against your back. Awesome. So you're looking like a shape like this against the wall. Flex your toes and just lift the right foot off the floor. Super engaged thigh. 3, 2, push all the back against the wall. 1, opposite side, flex and come up. 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Point your toes, inhale, lengthen your arms all the way. So now the back of my hands touch against the wall. And I'm gonna open my arms into the cactus shape. So because you have a wall at home, you're gonna push your arms against the wall. Stay strong. Now, imprint the back of your hands totally against the wall. So take your rings and watches off so you can really feel the arms sliding up and down. Sliding up and down. Inhale up with control. I know it looks super easy, but it isn't in real life. And down. 2 to go. Keep that back of the hand totally touching the wall and down. Halfway through, stop and drop. And drop. So now we're warming up the joints of your shoulders. Drop. And drop. And drop. Last one. And drop. Nice. Bringing both arms all the way up. Exhale, come up. And let the palms of your hands relax. Awesome. Super cool. From where we are, palms of the hands are facing forward. Bend your knees. Slide forward. Nice. Okay, so let's do everything again on the other side. We are coming back to the all fours to swap sides. This time my right knee slides to the skirting of the wall and I take a big step forward with my left leg. For me, I can already feel a stretch happening right here. So make sure your legs are in parallel lines and it's not crossing over. So you can feel a stretch happening deeply on your hip flexors. Watch the tendency of this knee wanting to come to the side, so push it to the center as you feel a stretch on hip flexors on the right and also a big, big, big stretch on the front part of your thigh. One more breath. Awesome. For some of us, you can have your hand really high and still come down low. Huge stretch. You see the stretch changing. If your hand comes down and if the hands are up, so you can play and see what intensity your body needs for today. Last long focused deep breath. Exhale, hands will come down. Some of you might stay here. Some of you might let the head hang loose and drop this hip as further down as you possibly can. Gently lift your gaze and let's start walking the left foot towards the right, giving us this chance to get into a pigeon on the side. Like I said, if you need, put a block or a cushion, keeping the gap between the bum and the ground so your bum is not hanging, floating on the sky. Again, you can see my foot really pointing up and my shins, my right shin really placed against the floor. Let's come down here. If you notice that you have a strong practice and you're very open, you can always try to come all the way up and lengthen the arms up towards the sky. Or you can just stay in this variation or even come down and feel the stretch happening on the outside of your left leg. Head can be totally loose and relaxed, but make sure to keep your core tight, so don't let the belly come out hanging. A deeper breath to go. And with control, start bringing yourself all the way up. Gently slide the leg down to the left and sweep it around. It's important to come out of the poses with safety. I see so many practices that they come out of a pose so fast, the danger of a funky transition. Ready? We're coming up. Imagine again, I'm pulling you from the center of your heart so you're not rolling the shoulders. Keep this high as you bring yourself down. Belly tucked in, drop everything down from here. We are here for 5 breaths. Remember to count them. Two to go. And the last deep focus breath to go. And slowly start walking those fingertips, bringing yourself up again. Nice, with control. We're going to undo the stretch of your legs. Nice. We want to start working on this part of our arms on the inside by just flexing the fingertips down and showing me the palm of your hand. So you're making sure that your support hand is really trying to bring you closer. Keep the elbow straight, flat back. Deepening the breath. Nice. And the opposite movement. Bringing now the fingertips down and pulling them in. So now the stretch goes right here. Deepening the breath. Make sure that your shoulders not coming high. Drop the shoulders on the same height and swap sides. Nice. Last deep breath. Letting go. I'm gonna hide my thumb inside, like covering it. And then the same thing the other side. And draw big, huge circles. Now let's do those big circles the other way around. Nice. Open and close, open and close. Shake your hands out. Really nice. So to wrap up our session, let's get into the waterfall pose, which is a relaxing pose, where you really bring your bum really close to the skirting of the wall. And from here, your legs go really high. With control, bring your feet flat on the wall by bending the knees and allow the soles of the feet to be flat. We're going to start to peel the low back off the mat. Only the bum comes off the mat, and then middle back comes off the mat. This will end up in a shoulder stand. So this is good. You can stay right here. Back of the head, all the upper shoulders are on the floor. For some of you, you can bring the weight to the tip of your toes, and your knees are pointing up towards the sky. For some of you, your hands will support your low back. Scoot those elbows closer together to give you sustainability. Holding from the low back, and maybe one leg at a time can come into a shoulder stand. There's no need for you to do that, but if this feels comfortable, you can stay right here. Variations to the pose. Bending the knees. I like to let those knees fall on my eyebrow, giving a little pressure on my eyebrow. With control, I extend my feet all the way to the floor, crow the toe, and then with my toes crowed, I have support to lengthen my legs. You can keep your hands on your low back for support and safety all throughout this pose. For some of you, it's comfortable to slightly part the legs and let the knees drop just beside your ears. If this feels too much, stay on the variation that works with your body for today. Coming out of poses with safety. It's a wise thing to come out as you entered. Lengthen the knees. Let them drop again towards your head. Point the toes up to the sky. Use your core. Feet go up. 1 foot at a time. We'll find the wall. And with control, drop 1 vertebra at a time, as if you're placing a necklace of pearls on the earth, 1 at a time. Until the lower back is the last one to reaches the floor. And let's rest into the waterfall pose. Deepening your breath. Keep your eyes closed, bend both knees, feet are flat on the floor, and let your feet fall to the right. Bring the left arm so you can really rest. I like to bend my elbows and use my elbow as a pillow so my neck is not hanging loose. With control, keep your eyes still closed and start pushing the floor away so you can bring yourself into an easy sitting position again against the wall. Nice. Wait a little bit until your energy settles. Sometimes we feel dizzy when we're changing plans from lying down to sitting and for sitting to standing. So we allow a couple of minutes to pass. Deepening the breath, just sinking with the body, allowing this flow of blood to reorganize itself. And gently bring yourself back, opening your eyes. Hands to heart center. Namaste. The light that lives in me sees and greets the light that lives in every single person. Thank you. Thank you for sharing this practice with me, and I hope you have a wonderful day.